So I'm Gavin Welch. I'm here with representation from York Cycle Campaign. We've got a lot of interest in this area because it's got key opportunities in improving cycling in the city and just the general well-being of cyclists and everyone else in the city. So behind me we've got what is known as Gyratory, which is effectively a four-lane dual carriageway, which is limited to 30 mile an hour, which cars probably aren't always doing. It's a bit of a death trap for cyclists to use that route, and it creates a bit of a barrier for anyone coming up Newark, which is on the east side of the U's, to the south of the city centre, and actually accessing the city centre, especially the stuff on the other side of Piccadilly. There's proposals in the masterplan for it's branded as a supercrossing, which would allow easier crossing for pedestrians and cyclists. This would really help with getting cyclists across through the city centre, especially the bridge is put across the Rydale, and could ultimately open up a new link from the southwest of the city all the way up to the northwest, which is mostly vehicle free, and a lot of it on cycle path or shared cycle pedestrian path, which would be a fantastic resource for people, especially those who have got young kids or old cyclists, less confident cyclists, to be able to feel able to travel around the city without fear. I think the key to the gateway is getting the accessibility right, making sure that people can get in and out, not just the gateway area but York. Then from that, everything else will organically follow, will become probably a highlight of the city, with opportunity for leisure, for retail, for accommodation, and people to work. There's plenty of natural resource with the rivers, the castle, and the museums are also here, which could be great focal points, which is then smaller things to revolve around. So in 10 years' time, they've painted the picture today that you could be able to get across the Gyratory and along in front of from behind of the museum, and across the fosse on a new walk cycleway running along, which for the walks we've done today is actually already a really picturesque route, even though you're looking out onto abandoned buildings on the other side of the fosse. With 10 years of improvement, that could be a fantastic little quiet way that would be the highlight of coming into the city to do your shopping from the south. If it was a bit quieter with a little less road noise, you can almost imagine people sitting out on the grass here in the summer months when the weather's a bit better, picnicking, enjoying. Maybe people have been talking today about the use of water and fountains, using the river itself with boats, wild swimming, all of which could be a highlight for the area. There's a strong smell of roads, diesel, and occasionally the sort of a slight sewery smell, which might be to do with the fosse and the views being a bit higher than usual over the last few days. Some good planting of trees and stuff will do a lot for screening traffic noise and smells, and just sort of giving a bit of visual screening to focus your eye on the nicer parts of the area and away from the roads.